Starship Flight 11 may have closed one chapter in SpaceX's story, but Flight 12 is set to open another, one filled with big unknowns. How soon will SpaceX ignite the upgraded V3 and let it break free from Earth's pull? The turnaround after the Flight 10 explosion came quicker than most expected. Could SpaceX begin V3 flight testing even faster than analysts predict? Is the Raptor V3 engine truly ready for showtime? How close is the ground infrastructure to completion? And most of all, what will this next mission actually look like? Let's dive in and break it down. The first question on everyone's mind: when will Starship Flight 12 launch? In reply to a fan asking about SpaceX's first tower catch, which is expected shortly after Flight 12, Elon Musk gave a short answer: springtime. If we go by the meteorological definition, spring 2026 starts March 1st. The astronomical version begins March 20th. Either way, the window lasts around 92 days. Musk's comment refers specifically to Flight 13, meaning Flight 12 will almost certainly occur sometime before that. That said, the timing depends on several moving parts. Pad 2, construction for the V3 booster and ship began roughly 14 months ago and is now nearly finished, so the pad itself isn't the holdup. The bigger issue is Massey, the pad damaged by the S-36 explosion. It would have started V3 upgrades after S-37, had that rocket not exploded as well. That makes Massey the most likely bottleneck for an earlier launch. The readiness of the ship and booster also matters. According to SpaceX's VP of Launch, Kiko Donv, Starship Flight 12 could lift off as soon as January 2026, with Booster 18 rolling out for testing soon. That's earlier than most people expected. My guess, February 2026 at the latest. It's possible SpaceX might find a workaround that allows testing before Massey's repairs are fully complete. But a short pause between the last V2 and the first V3 flight seems more realistic. What do you think? Could Flight 12 happen sooner than we expect? Maybe even next month? Starship Flight Test 12 will mark the debut of SpaceX's Block 3 Starship, signaling the next big leap in the program's evolution. This mission is expected to use Booster 18 and Ship 39. While the full flight plan remains under wraps, Elon Musk gave us a few clues during the All-In Summit on September 9th. He explained that the new generation of Starship, featuring a fully reusable Super Heavy booster and upper stage, is set to begin flying next year. Unless we hit a major setback, Musk said, SpaceX will demonstrate full reusability next year, catching both the booster and the ship, and will be able to deliver over 100 tons to orbit. That performance boost is crucial for the company's larger goals, deploying the next generation Starlink satellites and supporting NASA's Artemis lunar lander program. However, Musk also cautioned that Block 3 represents a major redesign that could come with early growing pains. He suggested that the first V3 flight might be suborbital, with a full orbital attempt coming on Flight 13 if everything checks out. As for where Flight 12 will end, the most likely scenario mirrors Flight 11's profile: re-entry over the Indian Ocean after less than one full orbit. Even if it completes one or two orbits, the descent will still occur over remote ocean regions far from populated areas. Though the overall trajectory may look familiar, the introduction of Block 3 makes Flight 12 a completely different milestone. This isn't just another test. It's the start of a new era for Starship, one that will unlock critical data and insights as SpaceX moves closer to true, full reusability. Version 3 is far more than a tune-up. Virtually every component of the rocket has been redesigned or refined. Booster 18, for example, is almost a clean slate build featuring an overhauled aft and forward section. One of the most significant updates lies in the aft section, where all high-pressure plumbing, engine controls, and gas distribution systems have been relocated to the outside of the booster. In previous versions, these components were buried within heavy shielding near the aft dome. To make up for the reduced shielding around the new Raptor 3 engines, SpaceX added metallic heat tiles to guard the booster's base during re-entry. This adjustment not only protects the aft section, but also saves a substantial amount of mass, giving the rocket better performance. The forward portion now integrates a built-in hot staging truss, enabling the Starship upper stage to ignite its engines before separation, a key step toward maximizing thrust efficiency. Another major evolution appears in the grid fin design. The Block 3 booster now sports 3 larger fins instead of 4, mounted inside cavities carved into the liquid methane tank. This reflects the higher descent angle expected for the new version. The top fin has been completely removed, as it would add little aerodynamic benefit at high altitudes. On Ship 39's side, visible changes are already underway, even though stacking isn't yet complete. SpaceX has overhauled the ship's catch pins, moving them to the nose cone. Perhaps the most exciting addition is the probe and drogue docking system, technology that will eventually let starships connect in orbit to transfer propellant or cargo. The system includes both an active and passive side. While it won't be used during Flight 12, seeing it installed is a glimpse into Starship's long-term future, a reusable orbital-class spacecraft capable of refueling in space and supporting deep space missions. One of the biggest remaining challenges lies in the thermal protection system. SpaceX still needs to create a heat shield capable of surviving re-entry while requiring minimal maintenance between flights. Achieving that balance is essential for full reusability. No company has ever built a truly reusable orbital heat shield. It's one of the hardest engineering problems in existence. Musk has emphasized just how difficult it is, saying, "We're working at the limits of physics, trying to make something that can survive the heat, remain light, not transfer heat to the main structure, and keep the tiles from cracking or falling off." Based on recent flight data, it's clear that SpaceX is continuously fine-tuning its approach. Every mission provides new insights, and while the progress may appear gradual, the company is steadily moving toward a heat shield that's durable, lightweight, and easy to refurbish, an essential step toward making Starship fully reusable. Achieving full reusability, however, isn't just about the rocket. It also depends on the infrastructure that supports it. That's where SpaceX's new launch site, Pad 2, comes in. This pad will make its debut on Flight 12 and represents a major step forward in ground system design. The familiar six-legged launch mount and inverted shower-style water deluge system are gone. In their place stands a box-shaped orbital platform equipped with a dual-flame trench system. This new design is built to handle more power, reduce heat stress, and increase long-term reliability. While Pad 2 still uses 20 hold-down clamps, their design has been completely re-engineered to improve strength and operational consistency. Unlike Pad 1, the new platform doesn't use 20 separate Raptor quick disconnects for the outer ring of engines. Instead, it's optimized for structural stability during liftoff, and the dual flame trenches help redirect exhaust away from the pad, minimizing wear and tear. These upgrades anticipate Starship's higher thrust levels and faster launch cadence expected in the coming years. The chopstick arms have also received a significant redesign. They're shorter, stronger, and more rigid than those on Pad 1, allowing smoother, more precise movements. For Flight 12, they'll mainly be used for stacking the vehicle, but in future missions, they're expected to perform full catches of both the booster and ship. Beneath the pad, SpaceX has also made major improvements to the tank farm and propellant systems. It's still unclear if Pad 2 will have a dedicated fuel farm or share with Pad 1, but recent upgrades to pumps and fuel lines suggest an expanded fueling capability, crucial for supporting the higher flow rates of the Raptor 3 engines. The Starship V3 design includes larger propellant tanks and improved transfer systems to handle the Raptor 3's higher fuel flow demands. To support this, the water deluge system beneath the pad has been completely rebuilt. The dual flame trenches require far greater water flow than the old steel plate system, so SpaceX has installed bigger pumps and expanded storage tanks to manage the intense heat and sound energy generated during launch. All these systems will face their first real-world test during Flight 12, a pivotal moment not only for the new rocket, but also for Starbase's future as a high-cadence launch site. With all the recent attention on SpaceX and NASA, it's worth asking, could anything be done to speed up Flight 12? Possibly, but it's not clear that rushing would help. The most important thing SpaceX still needs to prove is orbital refueling, and that's not something that can be rushed through one launch. It will take several missions to master. So far, SpaceX has shown it can recover and reuse a booster, launch Starship into space, relight a Raptor 2 in orbit, transfer 5 metric tons of propellant, control the ship while coasting, and survive re-entry in one piece. These are incredible milestones, but they're still just the beginning. Without rapid reusability and reliable orbital propellant transfer, Starship can't reach its full potential. SpaceX still has to test and validate several specialized versions of the spacecraft: the tanker, depot, cargo variant, and eventually the Artemis lunar lander. Once all these are proven, SpaceX will finally have the complete system needed to transport humans to the moon and deliver massive payloads for building a permanent lunar base. That's why the smartest move now isn't to rush Flight 12. It's to take the time to perfect the version 3 production and testing pipeline. Solving issues now, instead of applying quick fixes, could actually speed things up in the long run, even if it means waiting a few extra months for launch. Since Starship Flight 1 back in April 2023, SpaceX has pushed rapid development through an aggressive series of test flights. Staying true to its build, fly, fix philosophy, the company prioritizes real-world testing to validate systems, uncover weaknesses, and accelerate improvements faster than traditional aerospace methods allow. This strategy has already matured the core Starship design at a remarkable pace, achieving key milestones such as multiple successful liftoffs of the world's most powerful rocket, stable booster recovery attempts, and increasingly precise re-entries. Each flight has brought SpaceX closer to full reusability: launch, return, catch, and reuse. Yet the most ambitious goals are still ahead. Starship Flight 12 will serve as a showcase of everything SpaceX has learned so far and a preview of what's next. This mission isn't just a technical test, it's the threshold of a new era, introducing the first version of the rocket designed to hit every major milestone still remaining in the program. If all goes well, Flight 12 won't just prove that Block 3 can fly, it'll prove that the future of fully reusable interplanetary rockets is finally within reach.